Never let anybody see you sweat.
So I was born in New York City, and I lived there until I was 8 years old. I realized that I was a much better talker than I was a listener. I don't know what to say, I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Trina Wells claims a male dancer she hired for her friend's bachelorette party looked nothing like his online photos and left early. Clint Willis says he became ill after eating food provided by the plaintiff and is countersuing for $700.
Okay, Ms. Wells, you are suing Mr. Willis for $600 that you paid him for a bachelorette party. You are counterclaiming against her the $700 that she hasn't paid you. Let me hear from you first, Ms. Wells.
Hi. So, Your Honor, I just want to start off by saying that $700 is outrageous, but by the end of this, you'll know why. So, basically what happened is my friend Kelly is a bride, and so...
You were in charge of her bachelorette party?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and how many people?
There was 14 ladies altogether.
14 ladies. Mm-hmm. And whose decision was it to get a stripper?
It was mine.
Okay, but did you run it by her?
No, it was a surprise.
A surprise.
Yeah.
But you knew she'd think that was fun and funny.
All together. So we've been friends since like high school.
Okay, so you know them very well.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's something that's been a
how did you find Mr. Willis?
So I found him through one of my coworkers who was singing his praises one day when I mentioned it at work. She gave me his number, and I texted him that night and asked him about his services. He then texted me some pictures. I hired him based off of the pictures that you see there. So we came to the agreement that he was going to charge $1,200, and that $600 of that was going to be due as the initial deposit. And so I had no problem with that. I actually have evidence that I paid that as well.
Okay.
And so fast forward, April comes around, he shows up to the party, and it is not at all what any of us were expecting. In which case, and that's what it's giving from the pictures. That's not quite what it's giving in real life.
Okay, so what happens?
So we give him the shot. We're like, okay, well, we'll see what he does when he starts to come out dancing. So he arrives, you know, we give him his time. But before then, we're a little inebriated at this point. Because before this, you know, we're joking, we're laughing, we're having fun, we're dancing. Like, it's a party, it's a whole party. We decide, or I thought it would be funny to offer him a little bit of the food that we had, which happened to be, he's a little skinny, Your Honor.
Oh, so you meant it as a joke? Like, beef up, why don't you?
Yeah, like, you know, honestly.
So it was like a private, he didn't realize that you were joking, did he?
Maybe not, because he ate it.
Okay, and then what happened?
So, I mean, everything was fine. We ate the food as well. And then he went to the bathroom, he changed. He actually came back out in the fireman garb. Didn't quite look like the picture, but he started to perform. We were, you know, like, all right, let him do his thing. He was supposed to be paid, that $1,200 was supposed to cover an hour.
Wow.
We got to 45
wrong
minutes.
Business. Go ahead.
Aren't we all? No, so it was 45 minutes in, and that's when he abruptly left. He went to the bathroom, so he had his own like little dressing area, like a counter and all of that. That's like off to the side of the bathroom. He ran off to that, was gone for 10 minutes, came back out.
What did he do for 45 minutes?
Dancing.
For 45 minutes straight? One would think that one might get bored of that.
I mean, he has, you know, he was trying to pull out a couple of tricks. So.
Did he have good moves? Okay, so what happens at minute 45? He runs off? Like suddenly? There's no finale, there's no...
He kind of was just like, oh, let me just, kind of almost like a tiptoe, kind of like the church finger. Like,
Okay.
In which case, he kind of goes, and we're like, okay, what's going on? So of course, I'm inquiring at this point, like I'm knocking on the door, like, hello, what's going on in there? He comes out, has his jacket on over the fireman garb, and is like, yeah, I gotta go.
Did he say why?
He said that he was sick.
Okay.
So he said his stomach was hurting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but you still have 15 minutes. And like, there was like, I'm really not understanding what's going on. He left anyway.
Did you ever, on that night, did you ever tell him you don't look like that? Or no?
I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
I got it. I'm just asking if it came up.
Right.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
My fan base is growing. People love me.
That's great, and I'm happy for you. I have a question. Is that you?
That's me.
When?
5 years ago.
I give it about six months.
And later,
Who put the vodka in the water bottle?
It was actually my son. My son,
How old is your son?
17 years old.
He wouldn't drink the whole thing either. He'd pass it around. That's what teenagers do.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Trina Wells, who brought Clint Willis to court for breach of contract.
Mr. Willis, what happened?
Well, she booked me, and I showed up, and she offered me the food. I started to eat some of the food that she had provided, and it was this store-bought cheap pasta. So I had some, and long story short, it cut my performance short. I was gonna give them a grand, my well-known finale, and I couldn't do that because the chef.
What's your well-known finale?
Well-known finale? Well, you know what, Your Honor?
I don't want you to do it here. I just want you to give me a gist.
I charge.
You charge
for
a
that.
lot.
I do because my fan base is growing. People love me.
That's great, and I'm happy for you. I have a question. Is that you?
That's me. That's me.
When?
5 years ago.
I give it
Your
about
Honor.
six months. Sometimes so my weight fluctuates, right?
But how do your arms fluctuate? Like I'm looking at your arms, and those aren't the same arms that I see there.
You know
As a matter of fact,
what?
I think can you show me your right arm?
Your Honor, people pay for this.
Yeah, no, I got
People pay
it.
for that. People pay for this.
Yeah, none of those tattoos are on that arm.
Well, you know what? I actually got some laser removal as of recently.
The tattoos are there now. They aren't there then.
Oh, these are new.
Yeah.
These are new. These are new. These are new. These
Yeah.
are new. These are new.
Yeah.
Those are old. These are new.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
Oh. You want
she
the $600 back, but you let him stay there 45 minutes dancing. So why should you not pay anything at all for the 45 minutes you got?
Because I paid for an hour and I only got 45 minutes.
That's not really it, is it?
I mean, well,
It's because
that's
you
part
paid for
of it.
that. That's
Exactly.
really what it is. Because I gotta tell you, I peeked into the courtroom when I saw the pictures. Okay? I'm only human, right? No offense. Very few people look like that. You included, but most people don't look like that. That is a very unique
Your Honor,
set of
I
photos.
have no reason to lie. No reason to lie. My weight fluctuates.
Is that your head on
I'm
someone
an
else's
honest
body?
man. I wouldn't fabricate.
Did you ever talk to your friend and say,
talked
what
to
the
her.
hell?
Your Honor,
Okay.
if I
That was a
may,
hot
she
Yes.
looked like she was enjoying it.
Can I just ask you a question? When did you look like that?
Give or take 6 months ago. So,
Dude, that is not your body.
Your Honor.
That guy's taller than you
Your
even.
Honor, I would disrobe if you didn't
No,
mind,
I do
but-
not want you to disrobe.
Okay,
I
see?
want him. Never
Okay.
mind.
You feel my pain, Your Honor.
$600 deposit.
That's
all
what
it
we
needs.
wanted.
Okay, but you didn't say out when he walked in. You said, yeah, let's just roll with the punches, because that's what people do. They roll with the punches. If you don't, you're not going to make it to old age, okay? So it's funny. It'll be a funny thing that you guys talk about, that you thought this guy was walking in and not that guy walked in. And then you let him perform for 45 minutes. That's 3/4 of the thing. You want him to have been there 45 minutes providing all this levity and not pay him anything. How is that right?
Your Honor, I was catfished.
But then you want your cake and you want to eat it too. You want to pretend like you didn't have him dancing for 45 minutes. I just don't even understand how the thing can last 45 minutes. I've never seen one last
I usually
an
go
hour.
an hour, and I
Why
was
would you go
prepared.
an hour? Oh my God, I don't want an hour of anything. Nobody wants an hour.
I love what I do. I'm booked everywhere. I'm talking about well-known locally, performing in different countries.
Nobody complains that you don't look like that?
I looked like that about 6 months ago, right?
Are you still as busy?
Well, yeah.
You're suing her for $700. Tell me about that, because the rest of the contract was $600. So what are you suing her
Right,
for?
so she paid the initial, the $700 is for my back end deposit. And then $100 that I would have made
the
for my tips.
$600 is for the rest of your payment.
Correct, $600 is for the rest of my payment and $100 in tips.
Tips?
What I was expecting to make in tips. That's what I usually make in tips. I probably
$100 in tips?
Yeah.
After somebody paid you $1,200 to be there for an hour?
Yeah.
And after you left early with intestinal infortitude?
Well.
And you didn't do the grand finale that you're famous for?
I think that I do deserve what I was expecting to get. And
Except for you left, she didn't throw you out.
I gave her one of these before I left, you know.
Oh, you know, that's a grand finale.
Listen, her friend Neek loved it.
Okay. What did you guys say to each other after he left?
What just happened, Your Honor?
Right.
What did we just experience?
Okay.
It was not what I paid for.
Yes, I understand.
It was
Which
not
is
the
why
body I
I'm probably
wanted.
not going to, not probably, I'm going to rule now, I am not going to make you pay the other $600 because I feel that that is false advertising. However, why should he give you back the $600 that you gave him when you had him dancing 45 minutes? Never mind. I will answer my own question. I will not make him give you back the $600. I think that everybody should have just gone home, you with good stories, and you with your tail between your legs. That is not who arrived at the party. Verdict on your case against him, for him, on his case against you, for you.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled. Both claims are dismissed.
You got lucky.
If it isn't FDA approved, you shouldn't be serving it. And I don't think justice was served today. I'm just be honest.
Coming up,
The defendant asked if I would want some water, and he handed me a bottle of water, which I assumed was water. And because it was hot, I took a very large sip. It turned out to be vodka.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. Recovering alcoholic Nathan Miller claims he relapsed and got a DUI after the defendant gave him a water bottle filled with vodka while golfing. Rick Samson says the plaintiff knew the bottle contained vodka but drank it anyway.
Okay, Mr. Miller, you are suing Mr. Samson for $6,000 because you feel that Mr. Samson is responsible for the DUI that you got.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Tell me your story.
Your Honor, it started out in the morning that we had agreed to play golf together. About at the 16th hole, I realized I was out of water, and the defendant asked if I would want some water, and he handed me a bottle of water, which I assumed was water. And because it was hot, I took a very large sip. It turned out to be vodka. I am a recovering alcoholic. I had been sober for 5 years. I had worked hard, Your Honor, to maintain my sobriety. And I'm the type of alcoholic that once alcohol hits my system, I cannot stop. So I finished that bottle.
Even though you knew it was vodka.
Even though I knew it was vodka, I justified in my mind, like an alcoholic would, that I was okay. We finished the round of golf, I jumped in my car, and I immediately drove to a liquor store, which was about 4 blocks away, so that I could buy more alcohol. Upon exiting my vehicle, there was a local cop parked across the street, and he saw me staggering a little bit, and I ended up being arrested for a DUI.
Okay, so you went to the liquor store, but you didn't drink anything in the liquor store.
That's correct.
Okay,
I didn't make it
your
into
car, and a cop pulls you over, or had already seen you driving?
He was parked across the street, Your Honor.
Okay, so what happens? Were you taken into custody?
I was arrested.
Do you have prior DUIs, driving under the influence?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Okay.
Coming up,
I had already had one prior to that, and it was water. I handed him the bottle of water, and he takes a big slug out of it. He mentions, yeah, this is vodka.
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian. We're back with the case of Nathan Miller, who brought Rick Samson to court for negligence.
So you were taken into custody, and then
I spent the night in jail. I went to court. I had to do 200 hours of community service, plus pay fines and attorney's fees.
And that's what you're suing for here today?
I am only suing for the attorney's fees.
Okay. Let me hear from you, sir.
Your Honor, I was happy to have our round of golf that morning. I went to the fridge to go retrieve some bottles of water to throw in my bag. Unfortunately, there was none in the fridge. I checked our other area, which is in the garage, and I happened to see several bottles out. And so I didn't see anything that was suspicious about them. I just thought they were bottles of water that looked like they had just gotten out of the case. So I threw 3 of them in my bag. Went to our round of golf, and we were having a great time. I had already had one prior to that, and it was water. I handed him the bottle of water, and he takes a big slug out of it, and he mentions, yeah, this is vodka. At that point, I asked him, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to take it? And he responded, no, I think I'm actually okay. And so we proceeded with the rest of our round of golf.
Who put the vodka in the water bottle?
Well, it was actually my son. My son,
how old is your son?
17 years old.
Right. And actually, he wouldn't drink the whole thing either. He'd pass it around. That's what teenagers do. Okay, so out of curiosity, did you go home and talk to your son about it?
I actually did have a long conversation with my son. I explained to him that this is not only unacceptable behavior, especially being that he's a minor, but this is also dangerous behavior.
Yeah.
Something could have happened. Somebody could have gotten hurt or worse.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns.
I took responsibility and I went to jail and I did my community service.
You just don't think you should have to pay for a lawyer?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, you have the first sip, but the second sip and the third sip and the fourth sip and the trip to the liquor store and the decision to drive, is that on him?
Well, Your Honor, he's the one who gave me the vodka.
Yes, I know.
So
Did you say, no, I'm fine?
I did tell him that I'd be okay.
Okay,
Because
so-
I was justifying in my mind as
Yes,
an alcoholic.
I hear you, but you don't want to take responsibility for it. If you have filed a lawsuit, come in front of me. It sounds like you're not taking responsibility and like you want him to pay for one of the many bad things that happen when you do take responsibility. You take responsibility for the whole thing, right? You're accountable, right? Isn't that what they say?
That's what they say, Your Honor.
Right.
Your Honor, I had this very discussion with my sponsor, and my sponsor told me that they should take some responsibility for what had happened. And I truly believe that.
Yeah. He's not responsible. He's morally a little responsible if he wasn't thinking things through. I would certainly expect him to apologize and to measure discipline of whatever is done in his house to his son and explain the dangers of it. All those are the responsibility that he has, that he's taken. The responsibility for your legal fees are not his. Verdict for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claims denied.
I won't be seeing you on the golf course, that's for sure.
It's rather unfortunate. I thought you were a great partner to play rounds with. I'm sorry that this happened.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.